Hey guys, this is AFlyer777 here, and today I have a 1/400 scale airport update for you guys on my model of Boston's Logan International Airport. Right now we're looking at the taxiway, main taxiway here that'll lead to runway 27 left. You can see some of the planes around there. I'll get to that in a minute. Anyways, this update will feature just one new model. This is probably going to be my last update before I go to Vegas this summer, where I'm definitely going to be going out to the airplane shop. Not sure what I'm going to get. Kind of just see what catches my eye there. But I did want to make one last update before I leave. So the next update is probably not going to be until July. Anyways, with that, we'll start over here. So on takeoff roll from runway 27 left here, we have our Delta Airlines Airbus A330-300 operating as our first Delta flight to Amsterdam Schiphol. We have 2 daily flights in the summer. The first flight is on the 330-300. That flight leaves at around 4:50, and then the second flight leaves is on an A330-200, and that leaves at around 7 o'clock. So, like I said, that's our first flight to Amsterdam Schiphol. And right over here, holding short, runway 27 left, we have our Delta Airlines 737-800, going to be making a flight to Orlando. Got our Southwest Airlines Boeing 737-700. This plane is going to be making a flight to Houston Hobby. It's actually a brand new destination, launched, I'm pretty sure, out of spite against JetBlue. Because JetBlue announced a few months ago that they were going to be in service to Houston Hobby, and I think that just must have made Southwest pretty mad, because they launched service to Houston just a few days later. But Southwest got the route first. JetBlue's doesn't begin until July, so we'll see if they're both going to keep the route or if one of them is going to drop. So we'll see how that plays out. Right here we have your United Airlines Boeing 757-200, still wearing the United Tulip livery. Unfortunately, all these planes have been repainted in the new United colors, which I'm kind of disappointed about, because I really wanted to fly one of the old United planes. Anyways, I have no intentions of getting rid of this aircraft, because this is my favorite United livery. So anyways, this 757-200 is going to be headed out to Houston. Whoops, that was a mat. Sorry about that. So like I said, this plane's headed to Houston. We have 1 daily United flight from Boston to Houston on the 757, and the rest are kind of on a mix of A320s and 737-900s. Got our American Airlines Boeing 757-200 operating as American Airlines Flight 541 with service to Dallas-Fort Worth. The reason I say that is because I flew this flight, so that's why I keep saying it. Have our U.S. Airways Airbus A320 going to be making a flight to Phoenix. Got our Alaska Airlines Boeing 737-800. Sorry, it's going to be making a flight out to San Diego. Approaching the main taxiway here, we have our Delta Airlines Airbus A320 going to be making a flight to Atlanta. American Airlines Boeing 737-800 headed out to Chicago O'Hare. Got our U.S. Airways Airbus A321. It's going to be making a flight to Charlotte Douglas today. Then we have our United Express Embraer 170, again in the old colors. This plane's going to be making a flight to Newark. I'll go over here to the kind of the arrivals area. So we're using runway 27R for landings today. We have our U.S. Airways Airbus A319 in the Philadelphia Eagles livery that just landed from Washington National. So he's going to taxi over and head over to Terminal B. And then we have this is the new model I was talking about. So we have our Southwest Airlines Boeing 737-300 that just landed from St. Louis, operating as Southwest Flight 229. This flight's supposed to arrive at like 2 o'clock, so it's obviously very late, but I guess there's heavy traffic in St. Louis. Southwest has changed the numbering on the St. Louis flights. This used to be Southwest Flight 2, and now they've changed it to 229, and I'm sure it's changed again. Southwest is really weird with their numbering. Like, they don't keep the same numbers very long on their flights. So anyways, like I said, this flight just arrived from St. Louis. And then, so that's it for the, I guess, everything else. Now we'll go to the terminal. We're going to start on the Terminal C side today. So we have our JetBlue Airways A320 in the stripes livery, going to be making a flight to Aruba. JetBlue Airways A320, this is the Mosaic tail, going to be making a flight to San Diego. JetBlue A320, this is the 100th tail fin, that's going to be making a flight to San Juan. Another JetBlue A320, this is the window pane A320, going to be making a flight to Portland. JetBlue 10th anniversary A320, going to be making a flight to Seattle Tacoma. Empty gate, that's because this plane just pushed back. This is our JetBlue A320, this is the, oh shoot, if it'll focus, this is the Harlequin or Diamond's Tail, whatever you want to call it. This plane is going to be making a flight to New Orleans, Louisiana. This flight's usually operated on an E190, but I did see last week one of the flights was operated with an A320, so that's kind of cool. But like I said, that flight's going to New Orleans. We have another JetBlue A320. This is the DOTS A320. It's going to be making a flight out to New York JFK. And then we have the United section. This is United CRJ 700. Going to be making a flight to Chicago O'Hare. United A319 going to Washington Dulles. United 738 going to be making a flight to San Francisco. United A320 going to be making a flight out to the Denver area. So that concludes it for the Terminal C. So now we'll move on to Terminal E, which is of course our beautiful international terminal. We have our lovely Virgin Atlantic 747, not 747, A340-600. It's going to be making a flight to London Heathrow today. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like Virgin's going to bring this aircraft back this summer. They had it a couple times last summer, and then they took delivery of the A330s, which abruptly ended our A340-300 service. So now we're on all A330s, which is kind of disappointing. I'm still hoping they'll bring it back, like maybe later in the summer. We have our Lufthansa 747-400. This aircraft is still not returned. We're still on 340-300s and 340-600s on the Frankfurt route. They must not have been getting the passenger routes that passenger numbers they wanted this year. But I'm confident the 744 will return later this season, probably in like July or August. So anyways, this plane's going to be headed out to Frankfurt. And then I guess, well, I wouldn't say it's a new model. Well, it is a new model, but I don't know, I already had one. Anyways, this is my new Southwest 737-700. This model does have the Southwest.com winglets, so now I have two Southwest.com winglet 737s, and I think I'm up to like 4 of the standard color 737. Actually, no, it's 3. 3 of the just the standard color 737s with winglets. So that's pretty cool. But I guess if you want to call it a new model, this is a new model. Anyways, this plane's going to be making a flight to Nashville. Then we've got our AirTran 737-700. This plane's going to be making a flight to Baltimore. Then we got an AirTran 717 headed out to Akron, Canton. And then we have our Sun Country 737-800 without winglets. There's still one of these in their fleet, I believe. It'll probably get winglets pretty soon, though, so kind of enjoy it while it lasts. I do have intentions of getting the wingleted version, though. This plane is going to be headed out to Minneapolis, St. Paul. So he's just pushing back. Then we have our Porter Airlines Dash 8 Q400 going to be making a flight to Toronto Billy Bishop. We have our Aer Lingus A330-200 going to be making a flight out to Dublin, Ireland. And then we've got this beautiful American 757 going to be making just arrived from Paris de Gaulle. So happy to see American international service return with seasonal service to Paris. So that route began on June 9th. So that was really cool. We have Delta service back to Paris. That began as well on the 757-200. So anyways, like I said, this flight just arrived from Paris. It's going to head back over to Terminal B North, and it's going to head back to Paris this evening. Then we've got our British Airways 747-400 One World livery going to be making a flight to London Heathrow. And then we've got our Air France 747-400 going to be making a flight to Paris de Gaulle. So that just about concludes it for the update, so I'll just talk for a few minutes. Like I said before, I'm not really sure when I'm going to get in Vegas. I do have my eyes on Iberia, A340 or A330-300, because that's really important that I get that one. I definitely want to get the Delta 717 because that's probably going to sell out pretty quick. So I definitely want to get that. New United jets are always an option. You know, I'm hoping they'll still have a 757 in stock. I'm looking for that. It's like sold out everywhere, and I didn't think it was going to sell out. I thought it was going to be one of those models that sat around like forever. So that's kind of unfortunate, but I'm sure I'll find one eventually. But that's a really important model. I really have to get that one. In other news for the airport, GSE, I might pick some GSE up. You know, I have very limited GSE, because it's starting to look kind of empty here without any, you know, tugs or anything, or baggage carts. Let's see, the new Gemini releases are out. I'm definitely going to get an AirTran 717. I know that's kind of shocking, considering I have so many right now, but I'm definitely going to get another one. Probably pick up a couple of them. Those are probably going to sell out pretty quickly too. So I'll definitely get some of those. That'll definitely add to my AirTran fleet. Anyways, that's probably it for the future plans. I should have uploaded the, hopefully the review's up by now, of the Southwest 737-300. So that review will be out today, and yeah, so that's probably going to be the last model that I get before Vegas. I'm probably going to start saving my money for that trip. So anyways, hope you all enjoyed this video, and thank you for watching.